Great news. I think the option that we've put in place, especially for those of you that have already purchased some JCB packages like the demo, advanced demo component or the sermon distributor component, this will be excellent news. So let me demonstrate what we've done and also make suggestions of future changes. On the import components area now, there is an extra tab, and with this tab you can now easily import paid or free components that we actually distribute. It's called the VDM packages. So it took a moment to load. It does take a while because it actually queries at the moment it queries GitHub and gets a list of all the latest packages. So if we updated GitHub, it'll automatically show the new packages here. So, and we will be adding more free options. We are planning to add some more free packages here. At the moment there's only 2 really. Most of them are paid, so you could buy any of these packages and use it in any way you like. So the Hello World is free and the demo version here is free, but you can you can actually get any of these. And if you've already purchased a sermon distributor version, you could just select it here, because JCB is constantly improving, and so sermon distributor is also improving, and so we're making changes to sermon distributor. And if you want to update yours, or even if you have played with it and you want to reset it, but now remember, if you're going to reset it, it will reset everything, including every field and even field types. So do keep that in mind, that if you install this package over the existing one, it will revert everything back. What is great though is that Joomla obviously keeps history, right? If you put your history on for the JCB component, so that means you could actually take a step back in some of those areas if you wanted. Anyway, that's just a little side note. So you would basically select the package you want to install and then click on Get Package. This will take a while as it's downloading it from GitHub. Please make sure to read all these things. I didn't even now go through that, but you should read all of these packages are fully, all that which is written there in that tab. So you end up at the page which you usually would. Shows you who made the package. If you still didn't get the key, you could click on this link here to actually go buy the key and get it for any of the other packages as well. Or before getting here, there's a link that says buy packages. You could also click on those and then select the package you like. Here it will show you the component that is actually being installed, which it says here is the sermon distributor version 2.0, 2.0.2, which is the latest version. And you then add your key here, which I will do in a moment, and then click continue, which then makes it install. We added this new switch here, quiet, and some of your releases that might be a spelling mistake, like this one here, which is quit, but we fixed it, and we did push out the fix for this, which means in JCB 7.0.1 we possibly 2.7.0, oh sorry, 2.7.1, come on, we'll have this typo fixed. Anyway, what this does is it gives the option to see exactly everything it does, JCB's importing of the package. So it actually tells you what ID was changed to what ID. It doesn't give you names, it just gives you ID references, so it gives you a lot of more sort of insight of what happened, which is obviously useful when something doesn't go right. You could click on this. So usually it's set to quiet. You don't really want to see all that detail. You just want to know it's done. But if you want to see the detail, you basically click yes. And here, if you want to override existing data, you see how the force location update works is if it finds an item and that item is newer than the one that is being imported, then it drops the import option and it keeps the newer version in your system. So if you click here, that's how it usually works with the force local update to no. If you change this to yes, then it will ignore the timestamp completely and update the item irrespective whether it is newer or older or whatever. Okay, so that's that. So we add the ID and then we click continue. I'm gonna sort of pause the video for a moment so you won't see the ID. And there you have it. So it gave me a very detailed printout. So when it found it, it says that it found it and then it updated it. But if it didn't find it, it will actually say that ID so and so in field was changed to ID so and so and has been imported. So there's the list of everything it did. Yeah, it's quite a long list. I'm scrolling. Okay, and at the bottom it says great. That's what you would usually see, just that. So all of the rest it actually just showed you because we ticked it not to be quiet. So now with Sim Distributor imported, you can open it, look at it. Basically it should have all the data here. The licensing might have changed, so we just add another license here, and then yeah, save and close, and then you can actually compile it as easy as that. So Sim Distributor, click compile, and then once it's compiled, obviously then you have the Joomla package. So what this does, it also included the external script, which is also sort of a demonstration of actually adding external scripts. So it's grabbing it from GitHub. You can go look at that. It's simply a script that checks for MIME types. And it tells you that first time very detailed, and thereafter you'll only see this, and only if it changes will you see something like that again. Okay, so you can click here on install, and now if you go to components, there it is, Sim Distributor, fully mapped, well, all functional. JCB has built this by importing it first from our GitHub repository, and then you're able to adapt it and use it any way you like. Anyway, yeah, that is the new feature I wanted to sort of demonstrate. I hope you like it. What the suggestion is at the moment, if we can just go back there for a moment, importing components, the suggestion is to have even a fifth tab. So there will be this tab, VDM packages, and then a community tab, like over here, which those of you in the community that want to share free components, we could add that in here. And we're still thinking about the paid, sharing paid components. Yeah, we're still thinking about how that could work. Of course, at the moment, it shouldn't become too complicated, because if you click on anything and then click get package, that package has its internal variables which actually decides what this value is going to be, right? So if we were to click this value, it takes you to my shop where you then purchase that specific product. Okay, so that is a value determined by the package, which means it shouldn't be that hard for us to actually include paid options, paid components. What is a little bit of a challenge is whether JCB should actually ask for a little bit of a contribution to support the project in this way. So we're still discussing that. Anyway, anyone have suggestions, please post it here at the bottom of the video, make comments, tell me what you think. At the end of the day, we want to make sure that the community can use this in the long run, that it becomes a nice tool. I'm even thinking of moving this option, this whole getting to importing of components, to an actual tab on the dashboard, so you can get to this page without having to first go to components and then click through here. So there is even that kind of discussion. But just for now, we wanted to demonstrate the new feature. It's actually been able to do that already. We just didn't have that extra tab, but you could have copied the links to those packages on GitHub and have imported them that way. That's basically what the README files would have shown you if you've purchased any of these keys. Okay, well, thanks for watching again, and speak to you again.